Hello everyone, and welcome back to World of Warships Blitz with Terry. Since the last update, there's a new tutorial, so I was really curious to see how that would work. Created a new account, and let's have a quick look if the new, much improved tutorial is doing what they claim it's going to do, and is really helping new players with getting started in the game. So, I really don't remember the original tutorial much, because it's been a long time, but this is the new tutorial. It appears we are starting in a 4v4. And, okay, we can see both teams and bases on the battlefield. Yeah, that's, this is our base, okay. Base generates 3 points every turn. Okay, that's good. That at least tells us a little bit that bases have value. Capture the enemy base to generate points. Well, not quite. Okay, hang on, I need to pause this. Already a couple of things here. So, what's good here? It tells us that bases are valuable. This is a surprisingly difficult concept for many people to understand. The thing with the circle around it is what gives you points income. And they said, yeah, capture the enemy base to generate points. Well, in general, yeah, in a domination battle, yes. Obviously, in a standard battle base capture, not so much, because once you capture the enemy base, the game is over, provided that they haven't capped yours in the meantime. So this is, for the example that they're actually giving, slightly misleading, but I think it's in general a good point to make, that capturing bases is valuable. All right, let's continue. Achieve victory. And they're starting to shoot at us. Okay, and my ship's on fire. Oh dear. I'm in charge now. Okay. So what do I need to do first? Well, let's see what they're letting me do first. My ship's on fire. Okay. I'll pause right here because that's going to be a longer diatribe coming up. Okay. I see what they're doing. Right? This is what you can use damage control for. You can damage control fires. Well, yes, you can. But unfortunately, they're also teaching you to damage control single fires. Because, well, that's literally what the tutorial says. Oh no, your ship is on fire. This is bad. Use your damage control. You don't want to damage control single fires, usually. It depends on the situation, obviously. If you're very low on health, yes. You are on full health, so no, you don't want to damage control the single fire. If you are being actively attacked by things that are going to cause you fires or floods, like aircraft carriers or other ships that are having rapid firing HE guns at you, then you also don't necessarily want to go with a single fire. So I think it's good to tell people that you can use the damage control to control the fire. It doesn't tell them that they can do that with floods as well. It just says, no, your ship's on fire. Use the damage control. So I would have preferred if they had made this a double or triple fire even, because that would have been a better combination of teaching people how to use this and of teaching them not to use it instantly. But okay, we'll see what we do. Okay, the fire is out and I'm safe again. No, I'm not, because it also isn't telling me about cooldown. Okay, it's not badly damaged. It's asking me to use a heal extremely early. So again, this could have been done better with the how much am I healing back? Okay, I'm not healing back to full. So it was valid to do the heal. It's just that it's not really badly damaged. Okay, where's my lock on? I can't lock on. Okay. Fair enough. All right then. Well, we'll just blind fire, I guess. Okay, they've messed something a little bit here. That's just now we get zoom. Okay, now we get lock on, and now we can start shooting at some bots here. Okay, so we've got bots that we can start shooting at. This is a tier 1 ship. I don't know what she just said there because I clicked it way too far. Okay, defeat enemy ships or reach a score of 1000. Yes, that is generally true. Or in this case, capture the enemy base, but that falls under the reach a score of 1,000 points because you get 1,000 points for capturing the enemy base. So that is correct. Now, look at that. The bot is actually behaving more sensibly than what they just taught me here, because he's not damage controlling the single fire. Now, he wouldn't also damage control a double or triple fire, but this is quite funny because in this instance, the bot is actually doing sort of the right thing here. But well, the bot's dead, so well, and he would have probably been okay in tier 1 to damage on a single fire, given that we have relatively few guns and relatively low fire chances. It's just that once you go up the tiers, this whole thing doesn't become relevant anymore. So well, okay, so we've got one bot left that we need to kill here, and we'll finish that one off. And then is there more in the tutorial? Let's see. Let's finish off the bot, and then we'll see if there's any more. Anything else to do. I think the original tutorial had a static setup. Okay, past basic training, and I'm now on path becoming captain. Okay, I get to create my character. Oh yes, because that obviously happens. What is that dice? Oh, you know what? This explains why so many people are having bot names in the game. And I'm just like, why do people are naming their characters like bots? That's because the random thing is going to do that. All right, we're going to name that account Terry Test and create my character. Character is interesting. Okay, and it's forcing me into an AI battle. Is that going to be a standard 7v7 now, or what is that going to be? No, it's another 4v4, and again at tier 1. So we're doing the whole set. We're doing the whole shebang again. I'm not sure what the value of that is, other than just reinforce what you just did. But okay, so this teaches me how to use a gunboat. It doesn't teach me how to use anything else. It doesn't teach me about ammo types, because we don't even have the ammo selector yet. But maybe that's still coming. It doesn't also teach me about usage of torpedoes, or what the different ship types are for. So, well, okay, I'll skip ahead to when we're finished with the bot battle. Okay, bot battle is done. That was literally just the same thing we just did. And we won. So, good on us. Let's see what they give us next. Individual and team scores are displayed, okay, in the player details. Yeah, that's kind of obvious. Okay, we get a promotion out of it. For my outstanding performance at killing 3 bots, I get stuff. Well, this is just the regular progression thing. So, and we can now upgrade ships in the armory. Okay, so it's forcing me into the armory. Upgrade modules using blueprints. And then I don't need to use blueprints to do it. Okay, and no, it's not completed. What are you talking about? I just used one blueprint. That's not a complete upgrade. And I didn't even use a blueprint. No, game. Let's go back into the armory and do that properly, right? So you've literally just given me the blueprints. I could have upgraded the tier 1 ship. I mean, would I want to? Probably not. But you could have told me about elite bonus and all these things. But maybe they're trying not to overload. So now I have to do another AI battle. But this time around, it's a tier 2 game that I get into with my tier 1 ships. So I'm going to start seeing other types of ships in here, but and potentially torpedoes, but you're not telling me about it. Also, is this an existing map? I'm not sure about this, but there are definitely some tier 2s in here. There were some destroyers in there as well. So okay, would have been a good opportunity to tell the player that there are different types of ships. And that things like destroyers are a thing, and what they're for, and what to watch out for, and to know that these things have torpedoes. Then again, these are bot ships, so they're probably not going to be using their torpedoes an awful lot. So it doesn't tell me about the symbols. It doesn't tell me how to recognize what's what, which one is a cruiser, which one is a destroyer. They're already dead. Okay, so let's finish up this bot battle as well. And there we are. Bot battle is completed. So these were sort of 2 forced bot battles and a couple of missed opportunities to tell me a bit more And now I got I dominated the battlefield. Woohoo! And this unlocks obviously now we get some free stuff. It doesn't tell me about premium time, but okay, maybe I'm just too rushed here. So it's now forcing me into the tech tree, and I can look at the ships, and we can now research tier 2 ships. Okay. Do I have any free? Yes, I got some free XP. So it's telling me to use free XP because obviously I don't have the ship XP. And now here it's actually telling me a very little bit about the different ship types. So if the first time I'm tapping on a destroyer, okay, it's giving me a small amount of information, but okay, yeah, it's more like a motivational blurb almost. Yeah, no, no shit, Sherlock. Yes, they do launch aircraft, but why? Like, what is the point of it? Okay, now I can join random battles, and that's it, right? So now I can go for a random battle, and that's it. That's the end of the tutorial. Okay, so is this better than the previous tutorial? Probably a little bit, but I think there's still a vast amount of information that needs to be pointed out. I think at the very least they should have pointed us to the wiki, and just told us to read at the very least through that, and so to get some idea about these things. It's very, very thin. It's a very small amount of information, and I can see why new players are, it's going to take you a week to get up to tier 6, 7, 8 maybe, and then you get your behind handed to you because nobody ever told you how to position. Nobody ever told you what the things are. They could have spent a little bit more time on, say, things like keep an eye on the score. This is where your score is. This is how you gain points, by sinking enemy ships or by capturing bases. If you reach 1,000 points, you win. This would have taken us a couple of seconds, but I think that would have been a great place to put into the initial tutorial. And these are things I see a lot of times with players that they just don't get right because and obviously if you're following the tutorial and you think that's it, right? This is all there is to it, and then yeah, I think we need more tutorial, to be honest. And it would, even if we just spend another minute just explaining some very, very basic concepts, that would have been hugely valuable for new players to just understand a little bit more, rather than just throwing us into the random battle here and say, okay, now you go. Just explain it a bit more. Like, spend another 30 seconds or so explaining these basic concepts. If there's a center cup map, you get or an epicenter map, you get a lot of points from controlling these areas. If you're in a destroyer, you should go ahead and make sure that your part. What's your task as a destroyer? Stay hidden, capture bases, threaten enemy ships with your torpedoes. You're highly maneuverable. What's your role as a cruiser? You don't have the greatest armor, so don't rush up ahead. What's your role as a battleship? You can tank, you can take some punishment, but be careful with destroyers. What's your role as an aircraft carrier? Well, obviously do some damage, try to set some fires and some floods, but also try to make sure that you spot you spot enemy destroyers and help your team by finding them. You see, I squished that in 30 seconds. And that could have been another tutorial section. So I think there's still a lot of work to be done. And it's a step in the right direction, but yeah, we're going to have some work ahead of ourselves still. Then again, that's what the CC YouTube channels are for. So anyway, that was the new tutorial. And that's it for me today. Thanks, everybody, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.